You know, the MMA community, sometimes, you guys are great, but you can be very rude. Did anybody think of Jason Herzog's schedule? He had somewhere to be, all right? Maybe he had a hot date he had to go to. And Imavov and Cannonier was just taking a little too long. Okay? That Kentucky crowd, they had phenomenal fights all night. They had finishes all night. All right? Mullet guy, what's his name? Can't think of it right now. He won in like 10 seconds. Why can't Imavov and Cannonier do that? You know? Did anybody think about Jason Herzog? Or did you think about yourself? Shameless. Okay? Jason Herzog's a gentleman. I have been on the Bellator bus with Jason Herzog. He gave me recipes for my wife and I to cook, even though my wife and I both don't cook, but he still did that for us. Jason Herzog is a good man. And I see you, internet, dragging his name through the dirt. Jason Herzog is a great referee. We all make mistakes. Okay? What if his daughter was getting married that night? Did you even think to ask? So he stopped the fight early. Yeah, Jared Cannonier's 40 years old. That probably ended his career. That wasn't good. I don't know how I'm going to defend that. But still, be a gentleman. Okay? Jason Herzog's a good man. That was a bad stoppage. All right. But I still got the pick, right? Come on. I don't want to win like that. I'll take it, but I don't want to win like that. You know? Did I win money? Yes. But I didn't want to win like that. I would have preferred Herzog chilled a little bit and let Cannonier, miss a couple shots and let Imavov keep pouring it on. Imavov probably would have finished him. Unless, of course, Imavov didn't end up finishing him, and then fuck that. I need my money. I'm glad that happened, Joking around, guys. Imavov got the fight stopped early, and, it is what it is. I just hope they put Jared Cannonier right back in the mix. I want to see Jared Cannonier in a big fight right away. The top of that middleweight division is kind of log jammed anyway, so hopefully he doesn't fall too far away, because the Killer Gorilla was looking pretty good. And I gave you guys the prediction. I hope some of you guys made money. Yes, I picked the main event right. Yes, I picked the co-main event right. Dominic fucking Reyes is back. Okay? Him and his fiance flexing on y'all. He said he's getting married to her, right? He's got good energy, man. He looked good. Nice straight cross. Nice knee on the follow-up. He's just a better striker. Everybody says glory kickboxer. Glory kickboxer. I beat a glory kickboxer. I fought Nico Jefferson in my last fight. He is a glory kickboxer. What does it really mean? Sometimes it means Alex Pereira, right? But glory kickboxer, doesn't always mean world-class striker. Doesn't always mean that. If anybody's been overrated in mixed martial arts, it's been professional kickboxers. How many times has a professional kickboxer, he's the K1 Grand Prix, they come into MMA, they get knocked out? How many times do you need to see Alistair Overeem get knocked out? How many times? It's like, it doesn't matter more than a wrestling champion, an NCAA Division I All-American wrestler, maybe matters less. Great win for Dominic Reyes. Great win for Jared Cannonier. Yes, AJ from MMA Experts is the fucking man. He's the man, but he picked the other two. Yes, MMA Guru runs this fucking space. I got respect for it. But who did he give out? He gave out Jared Cannonier, didn't he? He gave out Dustin Jacoby, didn't he? Who's got your back? Who's making you money, internet? Me. I got you. I'm here for you. All right. Last card was good. I mean, we were nailing some of these locks, My boy had a hard night. We should talk about it. I should kick off with that. My guy Charlie Radke got kneed in the body. It is what it is. I said he's got a secret weapon. Wasn't a strike. He needed a takedown. I love Charlie Radke. That's my guy. Told you guys I was biased, but I believe, and I still believe, that in a grappling match, Charlie subs him right away, right? He needs to get it into grappling exchanges, and he only shot one time. So how are you supposed to beat an excellent Muay Thai striker like that just shooting one time, right? You'd have to get that one takedown. Raul Rosas Jr. I gave out to you guys. Nailed it. Who made some money on Raul Rosas Jr.? Raise your hand. Okay? So I'm trying to help you guys out. It was a pretty good card. I've been doing 5 for 5, 4 for 5 on the regular. Picks are fire. Okay? Just like my new car. Just got a new Tesla Model 3. I'm decking it out like Star Wars theme. I'm in a good mood, folks. Life is good. Let's talk about these fist fights, yeah? I see you guys blowing up my chat. Finch over every other capper. Thank you, Ruddy. Finch equals GOAT. Thank you, Dylan. Finch with the correct picks as always. Thank you, Anakin. Jeez, this is what I'm talking about, all right? Tell the rest of the internet. Tell them. Bring your friends. We're doing it right over here. You called Charles. Thank you. I'll call Charles right now. Can we see a run-up and potential future rematch between John Jones and Reyes? Maybe. No, John Jones is going to fight heavyweight or bust. Even if he fights heavyweight, right? John Jones is more likely to commit crimes that I could have been more specific about, but I won't. John Jones is more likely to get in a car accident with a pregnant woman than he is to fight Dominic Reyes. John Jones is more likely to headbutt a police car than he is to fight Dominic Reyes again. John Jones is more likely to test positive for picograms than he is to fight Dominic Reyes again. But that was a close one for sure. All right. You guys ready to talk about these fist fights? Let's just do this. We'll just get into it. A win is a win. I know. Camden. I know. My bank account says so. It is what it is. We wanted to see that entire finish, but, Jason Herzog had a wedding to get to. Okay. I'm going to give you guys my 5 locks for UFC Fight Night Perez versus Tatsuro Taira. And I'm feeling these. I am. Now, the first one, a little more controversial, but that's because the odds are even. Is he a slight dog? I don't know. It's about even. We're going to go with Miles Johns, okay, over Silva de Andrade. And the reason why is because Miles Johns is good. He's on a roll. And de Andrade hasn't fought in over a year. And he's 38. And he's going to be on the feet for sure. He's good on the feet, but, I don't think Miles Johns is going to get finished here. And I think Miles Johns can decision, I guess, right? Miles Johns looks good. There were a couple that were close here. I could have slid in Josephine Knutson. Am I saying that right? Josephine? Could have slid in a couple others, but these girl fights, man, they are harder to bet on. Some of you guys go overboard. You say never. Never is strong, right? I've made good money betting on Weili. Like, there are female fights to bet on for sure. So I'll slide in Miles Johns here, but there are a couple interesting ones to look at. We'll say Miles Johns gets a decision. Next one up, the most confident pick on the entire fucking card has to be Ikram Aliskerov. Ikram Aliskerov is going to get a title shot. His one loss is to Khamzat Chimaev. Since then, he's been on a roll. 10, 12 fights? I don't know. Lots of green. Lots of W's. Lots of wins. And his wrestling's tremendous. His striking is better than ever. For those of you that are degenerates like me, you guys know that he got knocked out by an uppercut by Khamzat Chimaev. Not anymore. Not now. Not in 2024. His striking's a lot better, and you can be all but certain that he will absolutely dominate on Saturday night. And the odds makers think so too. What do they got him at? It was something ridiculous. Antonio Trócoli, decent, but what, taking this on semi-short notice? Minus 900. I'm seeing it anywhere from minus 900 to minus like 1,400. Okay. And I don't even look at the odds. I'm just trusting AJ and looking on Tapology. So my most confident pick, Aliskerov all day. But I'm not the only one. Vegas knows. It's all good. Almabaev all day, man. Almabaev over Johnson. Almabaev is going to be able to strike with him, definitely be able to take him down and choke him if he wants to. Almabaev just beat Ode Osborne and CJ Vergara. He's losing to Jose Johnson. No way, Jose. I believe that Almabaev is a total lock here, of a high confidence pick. In that little cage, it's going to be hard to get away from his grappling, and even on the feet, he should be fine. Big height disadvantage, but it is what it is. Yeah, Almabaev lock, Dylan. I agree. Like it up, boys. Thank you, Platypus. The like button's right there, all right? No, I don't have it set up for donation, so could you at least like and subscribe? Drop a comment. Help your boy out. Thank you. So Almabaev, big-time lock. Almost as confident as Aliskerov. Not that confident, but pretty confident. Nate Maness. Nate Maness should finish this fight too. I mean, Nate Maness is due right now, and I do believe that Nate Maness is a solid lock over Jimmy Flick. You kind of got to fade Jimmy Flick at this point. Maybe at all points. And Nate Maness has only been losing to those Dagestanis, So if there's no OVEV, then Nate Maness is your guy. I think he lets his hands go. I think he looks good here. He beats a Jimmy Flick. I mean, that's how this works, right? Nate Maness, I've got pretty confident in Nate Maness as well. So that's Miles Johns, Ikram Aliskerov, Almabaev, Maness, and the fifth and final lock. Drum roll at home. Drum roll, please. The fifth and final lock is Tagir Ulanbekov. I freaking love betting on Tagir Ulanbekov. Tagir Ulanbekov's got nice striking and super nice chokes. His guillotines are tremendous. Tagir Ulanbekov winning by submission makes perfect sense to me. It could go all three, but Tagir Ulanbekov's guillotine game is super nice. Joshua Van's a good opponent, and so I understand people being in the van, all right? Hopping in the back seat of the van. I get it, okay? It's a cool van, for sure. But the dubs are over Felipe Bunez. Shout out to Felipe. Felipe knows me. We follow each other on Instagram. Hung out with Felipe a couple times. Once at a house in Arizona when he was training with Henry Cejudo and them over at Fight Ready. Shout out to Captain Eric Alberison. But Felipe Bunez, not Tagir Ulanbekov. Kevin Borjas, Zumagulov with the split decision back in 2023. That's not the Zumagulov that fought Ulanbekov back in 2018. We're talking about 2023 Zumagulov split decision. Not that good. And Ulanbekov's way better than 2018. So if you're one of those folks who's like, he beat Zumagulov via split decision, and back in 2018, pre-COVID, Zumagulov was able to beat Tagir Ulanbekov. Different people at this point, right? Like literally the cells in your body have changed over that much time. Tagir Ulanbekov is a whole other animal. So we got to go with Tagir Ulanbekov, Nate Maness, Almabaev, Aliskerov, and Miles Johns. Those are my 5 most confident picks for UFC Fight Night Perez versus Tatsuro Taira. And you might have noticed something. You might be at home saying, hey, Mike, you didn't mention the main event. Why not? Because it's a good fight. I know a lot of you guys are betting on Tatsuro Taira. I'm not. And I pick Tatsuro Taira all the time. But Tatsuro Taira is going to have a lot of trouble getting past the hands of an Alex Perez. And if Alex Perez gets taken down, he's been submitted a couple times. Davis and Figueiredo subbed him. Pantoja subbed him. Not bad guys to get subbed by, but Tatsuro Taira is pretty good. So they're both bad matchups for each other, man. I think, minute by minute, it'll be Alex Perez winning the fight. He needs to do what he did in the Nicolau fight. Move side to side, let his hands go. He looked good. As far as the Japanese kid, I think Tatsuro Taira just, needs to be patient on the feet, not exchange too much crazy, right? Use his legs, let kicks go, and hit these takedowns and climb on the back, because if he could do that, he could lock up a sub. So Perez versus Taira, really cool fight. I was kind of leaning Perez, but I don't know, man. I'm just going to watch that fight. That's a really good one. What do you guys think? Taira will sub Perez, and I know this because he's not chinny. Perez, the way he let his hands go against Nicolau, call Nicolau chinny if you want. That's exactly the type of game plan he needs to follow. And so when you look that good in your last fight, I'm going to assume you're very capable of doing that again. Even if he just keeps cracking the kid and letting him back up, he could win 3, 4 out of 5 rounds doing that shit. He's not going to get tired. Alex Perez is not going to get tired. He's been in big fights. I just named a couple. So I think Alex Perez. Perez lock Himmy. All right, now we're getting crazy. Tatsuro Taira is pretty good. Perez by KO. Okay, I see you guys. Everyone fading Perez, even though he just beat the guy that would have got the title show. You mean shot if he beat Brandon Royval? Just going to scroll up and grab some of these. Weston Wilson is a karate style fighter. He can't sub Jekka. Yeah, probably not going to be betting on Weston Wilson, y'all. Probably not. Alex Perez has a shorter reach. Taira's beaten Mexicans just like him before. Just like him? Who? Let me look it up. Alex Perez, 25-8. Tatsuro Taira, 15-0. But Carlos Hernandez does not have hands like Alex Perez. Carlos Hernandez, much more upright, lanky. I would know. I've commentated Carlos Hernandez's fights back in the XFO. That's the Extreme Fighting Organization back in Illinois. Carlos Hernandez, very technically sound, not the power of an Alex Perez. Edgar Chairez, maybe a little closer, but I still like Alex Perez. CJ Vergara, decent striker. Again, I think the shortness, the quickness, the side-to-side movement of Alex Perez comes together nicely against Tatsuro Taira. But I see what you're saying. If you like Taira, I ain't talking you out of it. I'm really not. Never give up. Let's go again. Let's go. Sex Machine, Mr. Mike, all in. Hell yeah. I miss your friend lost KO, but let's dance again. Yeah. Charlie fucking Radke. My boy. He'll be back, man. He's got to shoot takedowns. He can't be out here striking with a dude with Muay Thai tattooed on his chest, you know? He's got to be mixing it up. He's a great grappler. I mean, I've spent time with Charlie. Very, very good choke game. And that could have come into play. That would have been nice to see instead of him standing on the outside. And he was moving the correct way, too. He's moving away from the power kick, the power knee, power hand. But, you need to time those takedowns. Like a couple times, Charlie would bang a left hook. You would see the lean, and then where's the shot? We need the shot, right? So moves to 2-1 in the UFC. It's all good. He'll be back. Knutson is better everywhere. Dude, I think as far as the girl fights go, you got to think that's as close to a lock as you're going to get in the girl fights. So could be worth a touch. All right. Let me go back down. Tatsuro Taira was not in danger of that guillotine. His composure was calm. He was taking time. Tatsuro Taira is not getting subbed. Finch Royval versus Urseg. Who you got? Brandon Royval versus Steve Urseg. Dude, Steve Urseg's a problem. I might have my long-lost cousin, Steve Urseg. Can we get a dub for the fam? I don't look like Steve Urseg. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Give us 2 or 3 that are for sure, please, dog. Jerry Flores, I already did, but I got you. Sure things. Well, so first off, there are no sure things in mixed martial arts. Crow Cop got knocked out with a head kick from jiu-jitsu black belt Gabriel Gonzaga. It's before anybody knew Gabriel Gonzaga knew how to strike, by the way. Matt Serra knocked out George St. Pierre. Okay? George tapped due to strikes in that fight. And I still think George is the GOAT, but that wasn't good. Anything can happen in the sport of mixed martial arts. Chael Sonnen was whooping Anderson Silva's ass for 5 rounds and then got triangled in the 5th. Anything can happen in mixed martial arts. With that being said, Ikram Aliskerov, Almabaev, and Tagir Ulanbekov, I'm very confident in. So I'm very confident in Nate Maness too. Really, those 4. Those are like high confidence picks. So that's what I got for you. Finch, we heard your training partner is getting her title shot. Is that right? Is that right? I hope so. I hope this is correct. Let's see. I know they're doing the Alexa Grasso. Anybody watching The Ultimate Fighter? Grasso versus Shevchenko. You're talking about Tatiana Suarez? Tatiana Suarez, I was on the mat with one day. One day doesn't count as my training partner, but Tatiana Suarez versus Weili is a sick fight. Sick. Tatiana Suarez is tremendous. I've seen her grapple other girls. Should I say names? No. I've seen her grapple other UFC fighters and dominate them. Fucking dominate them. Okay? She is very high level with her grappling. Her wrestling game's nasty. Patchy Mix, is her fiance now. Congratulations to them. She has downloaded the guillotine. The Patchy Mix guillotine is hers now. So Tatiana Suarez will be a real test for Weili. That's an awesome fight. Only watch The Ultimate Fighter to have something to fall asleep to. Damn, Nev. Well, at least you're here hanging out, okay? At least you came over to the Mike Finch show. Guys, that's all I got. Those are my 5 locks. Nutson's not a crazy bet either. There are a couple decent ones on this card. If you're going big, crazy odds, just make sure to not put it in every single one, right? So I've seen people put all their eggs in like the Aliskerov basket. Somehow he slips on a banana peel and you just lost all your bets. Don't do that. Mix them up. So one way to do it would be like Ulanbekov and Almabaev together, and then like a Nate Maness and Aliskerov together. Some mixture like that would be reasonable. And good luck. Betting on fist fights is a ton of fun. So would you say Weili versus Tatiana is 50-50? No, because Weili's got all that championship experience. I mean, I don't know. I really got to think about it. Tatiana Suarez is taller, longer, better at wrestling, even though that's a bold statement because Weili's wrestling and MMA is tremendous. But I got the full interview out with Tatiana Suarez on my YouTube channel, guys. Go check it out, because when I asked her about Weili, you could just see her facial expression change. Like, she is dead serious. She's like, I will take down Weili. She is 100% certain Weili is not going to be able to grapple with her. And I am super excited to see that fight. Appreciate you guys coming through. Mike Finch MMA, everywhere you want to find me, Instagram included. Like and subscribe. Drop a comment down below. That's all I ask. I appreciate you all tuning in, and I will see you every single Monday night. Peace and love. Take care of yourselves. Happy betting. Bet responsibly. Remember, always bet with your own head, okay? I'm just giving you my 2 cents. Peace out, everybody.